What up with you? What up with you? What up with you? Welcome world, YouTube world. Salute to y'all, man. Welcome back to another one, man. It's your boy Cross, man. Big CEO, Boss Cross, what they call me, the plug. And again, man, you tuned in to the Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart. Once again, I want to say salute to everybody that's been showing me love. I couldn't, like I said again, I know I say it all the time, but I really do appreciate everybody that's showing love, rocking with your boy. Again, man, y'all want to try to find the merch, y'all can find it on KrossYourHeart.com. You can go there, the merch, 10% off when you put in the plug in the discount code. Also, if you're trying to follow me on Cross Your Heart on Instagram. Also, y'all get y'all tickets. They coming soon. They haven't dropped, but also CharlestonWhite.com. Salute. Support another great man trying to do great things. Support my guy Dewberry. Support my guy Slugger, the Mac Mizzle, Born. Everybody comes in and blesses this channel. Nanny Pooh, salute Nanny Pooh. Good morning. Yeah. Just try to support everybody, man, that's doing the right positive thing. And on that note, man, all I'm gonna say is we're gonna black out, we're gonna rock out, and we're gonna keep on. We back at it like crack addicts. You heard me? And we're gonna keep on dropping this message to get it out, because y'all think this a game. This ain't a game. Y'all playing. We ain't playing. So on that note, let's do what we do.
Let me work. Please let me work. Get that water. He about to get this work. He about to get this work. Hold up. Hold up. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. Hold up. He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work, nigga. Hold up. He gonna get this work. Hold up. Hold up. You niggas gonna get this work, man.
Yeah, watch me work. Let's go. Get on up in here, man. Welcome to the Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart. Rather, good morning. Hey, man, we getting it, man. We getting it. Team Scott. Hey, Nanny Pooh. Hey, what it say? Hey, Black Widow. Come on, y'all. Let's go now. Check this out. Hey, check it out, y'all. The bass drop. Up. The bass drop. Little Queen, I see you, Miss CTV. She doing her own thing, nigga. What? Come on, y'all, get in here, man. We on the street, man. We reached 300. I'm like number 7. Hey. Lucky. 7. Hey, yeah, completion, baby. Hey, go, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all get on up in here, man. I'm gonna get everybody get on up in here, man. We got a great one, man. This was called We on the Street. Man, it's about Baltimore, man. It is getting sad out there, man. Y'all just don't know, man. All these killings are going on right now. Young folks losing their lives. And Baltimore hit the 300 lick. They hit the number 300 on the chart. Boy, I tell you, man, I tell you, we break records we don't even know we break, huh? These real life records. Fuck a basketball record. Fuck a championship. Man, we breaking real life records. Murder records, man. Come on, y'all. We always want to be first in everything. Shit, we might as well be first in some, huh? Be first in taking our own folks out. Ain't that some shit? Come on, y'all. Y'all about to see it. We first taking our own people out, y'all. Congratulations. We did it. We hit the 300 mark of killing each other. And we owe it to Baltimore to think. But we gonna give Baltimore their roses right now. Y'all on the street. Yeah. They about to get this work. The bass drop. Yeah, Baltimore about to get this work. No cap. Yeah. Here we go. Bam. Salute to everybody coming in here showing your boy love. We back at it like crack addicts, man. Like I said, I just want to salute Scott. Boom, boom, boom. You're trying to buy back the block. Holla at Scott, Team Scott. Scott, your stuff's going out today, man. We blessing y'all. I want to bless the Scott family, Team Scott, man. You guys have been just wonderful, man. I'm going up to the school today. I know they're going to be excited, Scott, and we're going to continue to do great things. I'm going to check on the toiletries. I found out when I was at the game that the young girls don't have these containers of, those travel size containers, when they, lotion, just little thing, toothbrushes, travel toothbrushes. So what I'm going to do is when I go up there today, I'm going to talk to the woman. I want them kids to feel like they can just go in there and get it, right? Not to feel like it's an embarrassment or we only got so much. I don't want them to feel like that. I feel like, because not all kids, you got to remember small things like toothbrushes and toothpastes and deodorant and baby powder and shit like that women, lotion, shit that young ladies would like to put on and they don't fit. Grease, hair grease, combs, brushes, even for the young men. You know what I'm saying? So that's my task this week, y'all. I just want to give y'all my assignment for this week starting today. So I'm working on that as well. So that being said, what we're going to do is get into what we're doing right now. And we going, yeah, that's right, Nanny Pooh. They need all that. They need it. So let's get into this. I want y'all to say, and again, salute to Baltimore. Y'all are on the street, bro.
Creighton joins us live with more on the latest victim. Riel.
And Mary, it is a tragic milepost that the city seems to sail past every single year now for the better part of a decade. But it is also so important to understand that as these numbers climb, there is very real suffering behind each and every one of those numbers. And tonight we got to see the face of Baltimore's 300th victim.
And that's just a little bit of it. I mean, I can go all day on.
For Steve Brandon, his friend was so much more than a number.
I kind of almost felt numb.
But he also understands his death is a defining moment for his city.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big number. And it's just sad that I got a friend as a milestone and stuff like that. And like we wouldn't even be having this interview if he would have been like 261 or something like that.
His friend, Baltimore's 300th homicide. The picture he shared of the man he identified as William Vincent, better known to everyone as Willie. Police say gunned down just before 10:30 Saturday, Brandon says, in his own Cherry Hill neighborhood.
It's hard because I know he was trying to change it.
The deadly shooting that took the life, he says, of a soon-to-be father, recently released from prison, who was trying so desperately to be better for himself and his child.
Since he found out he was about to have a baby and stuff, he said he was going to, work on the family and stay out of trouble.
He saw him lying there.
That's not nothing that's supposed to be normal to a person, but I was just telling people, like, that's not the first, second, or third time I done, been in that situation.
The situation that makes Brandon himself so emblematic of a profound tragedy unfolding. For him, it's generational. So many family and friends murdered. He was close to Willie because he says Willie was his little brother's best friend, before he was also shot and killed in this neighborhood too, at just 14.
My father was killed out here in 2007, and then my brother was murdered in 2008.
For Baltimore, it's the loss of hope this year would be different. The loss of another soul to gun violence, repeated more than 300 times over for so many across the city, It's also what Brandon says he's lost.
Like, he was a friend. Like for a while, it was like there wasn't no real friends out here.
And the magnitude, if you can even understand this, is even greater. He says that he had actually just gone to a funeral that morning for another friend who had been shot and killed in the city. Tonight, Baltimore stands at 301 people murdered so far this year. Reporting live in Baltimore tonight, Riel Creighton, Fox 45 News.
So there y'all have it, man. Salute to Baltimore for 301 killings of this year. Man, this shit's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? And I had to spin it this way. You know what I'm saying? Because we always want to be known for something. We want to be known for doing some shit. Well, we made it, y'all. For damn near a decade. For damn near a decade, we done messed around and have had almost 300 killings in this city. That's in our neighborhood now. Let's just keep it real now. That's that majority is, yeah. 301 now. This was just 3 days ago, so it's probably more than that. But they called it the 300 miles. No, that's not like I don't want to be known for no shit like that, man. I don't want my culture to be known for nothing like that. For hitting a three, bro. That's like when think about it, it's like a war. I think New Orleans is still the death cap. That's what I'm saying, Relic. Like think about that shit, man. This is what we known for. Salute to Mama Smith, too. Salute to all the mothers out there. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my shorty doo-wop out there, too. You know what I'm saying? My Aunt Joy, all these people, man. But yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Black Widow, magnificent. Good morning. So yeah, like I said, think about it. Yada, man, peace. El Sep, thank you. Thank you for coming on. But yeah, man, that's what done happened. You know, congratulations to Baltimore. Baltimore has hit the milestone for their 300th killing of this year. And we're not even done. We haven't got to Christmas. We haven't got nowhere. You know what I'm saying? This shit is sad, man. Good morning, boss victims. Good morning. This shit, yeah, hit that like button, man. So I want to shine light on this shit right here. And I know a lot of my family and friends that's in the chat, they're from the East Coast, and they know how it is. The sad part about it is that that's the shit that we're accustomed to. You see what I'm saying? Like, it should not be should not be the norm. Let's be honest, man. That should not be the norm. Nobody in the world should want to get on TV. We known for all the negative shit. I tell people, anything that's an asset, we're not known for. We're known for liability. We are a walking liability for our own self. You know what I'm saying? We are a danger to ourselves, man. And I get so tired of hearing people want to use different things. Well, yeah, because, you know, it's the man that held us back. My dude, the man did not kill 300 folks in your neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? Because that would be considered slaughter. That would be considered racist. That's why I try to tell people, got to watch how we throw words around. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start looking at it for what it really is, the face value. The face value is that man right there said his father was killed in the same area. His brother was killed in the same area. And now his last of one of his friends was killed in the same area. He said he feel like he has nobody around, all the real folks. You know what that meant? All the people in his generation is gone. In that same area. They all, somehow, everybody has been ciphered through to be taken out. And now it's the young generation and they're magnifying it. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody should be ashamed to want to reach that milestone, to reach the pinnacle of what you think an accomplishment is, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest here, man. That shit to me is man, that shit is sad, man. I read that shit. I was like, what the hell? That ain't nothing to be proud of. And then people don't understand when you break down the word accomplishment, you know what I'm saying? It's to achieve or complete successfully. So the question is, what are we completing successfully and for whom? Accomplishment is to achieve or to complete successfully. What are we completing successfully and for whom? This shit got to make some sense, man. And the sad part about it is, man, we're constantly reminded of this shit. If it ain't, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If it ain't in February, Black History Month, remind us of slavery, then every day the news makes sure. And we need to stop. We need to get fucking stopped. We need to get tired of seeing this shit. Dog, they said for a decade. Listen how they're boasting that we have been consistent. Morning, Chuck D's chick. We're so consistent. They have told us that, think about this, that it has been for almost 10 years, a decade, that when are we going to say we reached that? Have we reached it by now? I think we are at that point, and nobody shines light on this shit. And this shit just the shit that bothers me. I promise y'all, it just bothers me a lot. I really hate that. So what I'm going to do is, Chuck D, for everybody coming in, Magnificent coming in, this is about Baltimore. And I said, we're on the street. They batting, they hit 300. So we had 300 killings over there in Baltimore, and nobody's really talking about that. So let me play this back for y'all. Y'all hit that like button coming in. Appreciate everybody rocking with your boy. Peace, Jai. You come on this panel, Jai. This is about Baltimore.
Creighton joins us live with more on the latest victim. Riel.
And Mary, it is a tragic milepost that the city seems to sail past every single year now for the better part of a decade. But it is also so important to understand that as these numbers climb, there is very real suffering behind each and every one of those numbers. And tonight we got to see the face of Baltimore's 300th victim.
And that's just a little bit of it. I mean, I can go all day on.
For Steve Brandon, his friend was so much more than a number.
I kind of almost felt numb.
But he also understands his death is a defining moment for his city.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a big number. And it's just sad that I got a friend as a milestone and stuff like that. And like, we wouldn't even be having this interview if he would have been like 261 or something like that.
His friend, Baltimore's 300th homicide. The picture he shared of the man he identified as William Vincent, better known to everyone as Willie. Police say gunned down just before 10:30 Saturday, Brandon says, in his own Cherry Hill neighborhood.
It's hard because I know he was trying to change.
The deadly shooting that took the life, he says, of a soon-to-be father, recently released from prison, who was trying so desperately to be better for himself and his child.
Since he found out he was about to have a baby and stuff, he said he was going to, work on the family and stay out of trouble.
He saw him lying there.
That's not nothing that's supposed to be normal to a person, but I was just telling people, like, that's not the first, second, or third time I done, been in that situation.
The situation that makes Brandon himself so emblematic of a profound tragedy unfolding. For him, it's generational. So many family and friends murdered. He was close to Willie because he says Willie was his little brother's best friend before he was also shot and killed in this neighborhood too, at just 14.
My father was killed out here in 2007, and then my brother was murdered in 2008.
For Baltimore, it's the loss of hope this year would be different. The loss of another soul to gun violence. Repeated more than 300 times over for so many across the city. It's also what Brandon says he's lost.
Like, he was a friend. Like for a while, it was like there wasn't no real friends out here.
And the magnitude, if you could even understand this, is even greater. He says that he had actually just gone to a funeral that morning for another friend who had been shot and killed in the city. Tonight, Baltimore stands at 301 people murdered so far this year. Reporting live in Baltimore tonight, Riel Creighton, Fox 45 News.
Peace, Jai. Good morning, King.
Peace to the God, peace to the kings and queens of the universe. You already know, my black man.
Man, what you thinking about that, Jai? They batting for 300, man. They done hit another milestone in our community.
Man, see, I live here, right? And I'm in between two crazy environments.
That's why I wanted you on here.
Bro, Philadelphia has 473 murders
See,
to date.
see,
Approximately like more than half of those are people under 25 years old. They have a teenage bracket of murder deaths. We were discussing 2 incidents. 4 people got shot by 3 to 4 different gunmen in each different incident, and it was all teenagers after school. And just, run down, drive by, you know, assassinations. So we
right.
gotta look at the culture in the world that we live in. Why they calling it a milestone and all that? Why if it was in another community, would you describe it as that? Wouldn't you have a little bit more empathy in your voice when you give a journalistic expression or an exposure from a journalistic aspect and
Fact,
position? You would
fact.
have some type of empathy in your voice, and especially the character of wording that you use instead of calling it what you call it. Now it's like that's just who we are and what it is, even though it exists in our community in a manner, a milestone. That's an achievement, and I wouldn't look at that with such pride. It wouldn't be an accolade. It should be a shame.
Right.
So it's a hurting thing that I'm just calculating in my head. I'm like, damn, it's 400 in New York, 473 in Philly, 300 plus in Baltimore. Damn, that's 1,000 plus lives gunned down in our communities, and we don't even flinch. A
Right.
1,000 people is a battalion. Like you can get
Yeah.
busy. You feel me? Like, like that's a lot of people, bro. You feel me? So
Right.
what's going on with us that we
Salute,
are
salute, top of the
repeating?
top, my brothers.
Peace to the
Look,
God. We're repeating what happened to us in the late 80s, early 70s, where they influenced the first activity of street gang warfare upon us. Before we were warring in the streets, but it was a different activity of war. And I remember an article in USA Today in 1994, I believe it was, and it said that between the year 1989 and 1993, more black people died in the California War of the West Coast War, the Bloods and Crips. More people died in that than the people that
In
casualties
the
in the
war.
Vietnam War. And
Yes.
I remember that article vividly because I was coming out of prison, and
Mhm.
I read it. And because when I got home, I read everything. I used to read everything, so I read it, and I said, "Damn, this was." I was locked up for 5 years and 10 months, so I didn't know that this was the real stuff that was happening out here. You feel me?
Yo, John, didn't
The
they say
real.
that it's the longest running war in
Yeah. Well, what happened
U.S.
was
history?
simultaneously in our
Unsafe.
communities, they was leaving guns, just box cars and on the train tracks. Back
Right,
then, the trains, when they come to your neighborhood, people used to rob the trains. We've been doing that since we were young. You feel me? But
right,
you get a
for
bolt
sure.
cutter, you could rob the train. But
Hmm.
they left a box car in the hood on one side of the hood, all guns, high power, assault rifles from AKs to M16s, everything in the hood. And then on the other end of the hood, they left a box car of ammo. And then we got it and wowed out on each other instead of them. And we've been doing it now. It's generational. You feel me?
Yep.
So it went from, like the brother was asking earlier, what happened? Well, what happened was it went from community resistance and progress to killing real, you know, on another level, man. You feel me? And we doing it
facts.
to each other now. We ain't got a community no more. So
Fact.
on the East Coast, we had the gods and the earths, but we were street. See,
Yup.
that stuff was
We
happening.
definitely was holding it down
Yeah,
in the streets and in the prisons. The guys
yeah,
had everything on
Right.
lock.
yeah. We were street.
Right.
So you had that element Whereas you had somebody doing some, you know, we were criminal, we were violent, but we had an air of knowledge, of air of civility to our culture of street. And the people that didn't, they didn't even fuck with us because we kind of looked down on them and they looked up on us. They used to always know we had unity, so that was strength. And we were an example of that. Just imagine if all the Bloods and the Crips around America formed a real union, like the Teamsters, a real union, and functioned as a business. Just imagine that, bro. Overnight, we would change our reality because there's power in numbers and that unity. Instead of in dysfunction, we can have it in a corrective and a constructive format to help our children advance themselves. And that's what it was meant for. We're just not using it.
So what you think? So what you think about that, Born? Because you over there towards that area as well, man. And just
what area? Baltimore. Always been wild and reckless. Baltimore always been wild and reckless, man.
Well, what they said was almost for a decade, every year they hit quote unquote allegedly this milestone of up to 300 plus every year. And I'm saying it's sad that this is what shit we're known for. We're known for this type of shit. Like this shit is crazy. And this ain't no, you know, when we always talk about police brutality and all this shit. This is niggas killing niggas.
This self-inflicted mayhem, bro. But you know what it is? Like I said, like you got the OGs like that OG Balliana nigga. What's his name? Something Cappuccino, Nino Cappuccino. We got niggas like him that's still promoting all that bullshit.
Yep, you're right.
We got all these fake OGs promoting all that bullshit, glorifying their street life. You know what I'm saying? And they telling the kids the truth. They telling the kids their truth instead of telling them the truth.
Come on, man. I like that.
They feed them poison. So you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that 70-year-old blood Melvin Farmer. He feeding these kids poisons, glorifying the shit he did. Now he's saying he doing shit for the community, but you doing shit for the community, but you're on every platform telling your war stories.
And also going around talking about Charleston and paperwork. Like a motherfucker pulling up. He want to sit around about some damn paperwork when he was 13 years old.
Talking about?
I'm talking about that what's his name again?
Melvin Farmer.
Melvin Farmer. Okay. And then he also, instead of him advocating for people that rape victims and people that's been taken out by rape victims or lost lives or been injured, like his son messed around and got 423 years, but he's out here checking on people's paperwork and all this other shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Irrelevant shit that has nothing to do with what we got going on.
You're 100% right, bro.
But didn't Charleston say he would snitch anyway? So what's the difference? Like,
it's not about. See, this is where we get wrong, and we was talking about it, bro. It ain't if somebody come next door to your house and break into or take your shit, and your neighbor know who took your shit, and you like, bro, you ain't gonna tell. Man, I ain't gonna tell. No, you was a fucking sucker. You need to get away from me, dog. That's you the problem. The reason why, bro, it's called community. It's called community. It's a community amongst people. When somebody come in your community and steal from you, and you know he stole, and you won't tell he stole, you can't be a part of my community. Because people in my community don't steal from me.
Facts.
That's why I'm not with this snitching shit. This shit don't. The snitching shit was brought into us by what happened was the snitching shit was to show people to stay away from the police. But real tax people pay money. So if I get somebody come over in this neighborhood or a next door neighbor that it don't look like me, and I can call the police. His job is to make sure he protects me instead of me going over there doing some shit and not being taken away from my family.
Facts. You know what really started that snitching movement? Hold on one second. Who started you know what really started? The police. The blue wall of silence. Y'all never heard of that?
Say that again.
The police started that no snitch movement. Called the blue wall of silence.
The blue wall of silence is the code that the police follow by. That they do not give any information, any testimony.
Nobody likes a snitch.
Any statements against the actions of another officer, regardless to whom or what. And that code is held by everyone with a strict consequence that you're either admonished, put in danger, or could lose your life on duty for violating that code. So that's how they function amongst themselves.
Facts.
So when it comes to snitching, it's a difference between a snitch and a witness. A snitch is a co-defendant that turns state's evidence against his
Bless you,
co-defendant
God.
for
Thank
either
you.
an exemption of prosecution or a lesser sentence during sentencing. That's what a snitch is. A witness is a person who happens to be in the presence of a crime committed with no connection, intention, or arrangement of the crime. It's a big difference. The problem is in our community, we call witnesses snitches, and we
Fact.
don't penalize snitches for snitching anymore.
Fact.
Yep.
Fact.
It's a big
Oh, but
difference.
what was I gonna say? The whole snitching shit is real played out. But I spoke to a cop one time, and he was like, "Yo," I'm like, "Yo, would you denounce another cop if he was corrupt and shit like that?" And he's like, "No, I would talk to him." I'm like, "What? That shit is crazy, yo." So
What if we policed ourselves?
they won't denounce another cop and shit like that. So
What if we policed ourselves?
well, yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
that
the police, they belong
but
to
you
what
see,
they
we're under
call
occupation too, you know. So,
they belong to what they call the FOP, the Fraternal Order of
police.
Go
Police.
police.
Yeah,
Yep.
See, like we don't get
fraternity.
it.
Yeah.
They are a national gang.
Come on, man.
They belong to each other. We got to stop acting ignorant of the fact that they ain't our friend. The
Right.
police was created from a organization that those little hats put in place to manage their investments in the South called the Slave Patrol. And they was given a sheriff's badge, which is shaped like the Star of David, and they was allowed to function under the authority of the slave master to come find us to protect white people and white people's property. That's the purpose of the police. So we must start policing ourselves. That way we won't have no need for them. See? And now
Right.
our fraternities will support our own securities and we will be executing law amongst ourselves like every other community does. You can't send no cops in no other community and act as if they're going to act as an authority. They don't. See? They only protect white people's person and white people's property. And if you find a policeman doing anything other than that, he's a rogue cop.
Well, what do they do in the suburb? They only come when they're called, like, right?
Of course.
Yeah,
Why
but you
would they
also,
come? Why would
you
they
also
have
got
any
to,
other reason?
but you got to remember, and it's the thing what we miss. If everybody in our community was taxpayers and homeowners, the situation would be different because then you're not afraid to call them. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times when they're called, look. You know what? I heard one police
When they
officer
made
say
the
one time
ghettos,
when
We
they
wouldn't
not
have to
even that.
call them.
They wouldn't have to
So
call them.
get it.
Listen what I'm saying. So at the same time, if it's, you know what a police officer, especially in the South, used to tell us, he said when they pull black, that's why my mom and them used to always tell us, don't ride with four heads in the car. You know why? Because again, they're automatically, because we don't know the law really, right? So when they pull us over, we're afraid. They always say they pull you over for a 50-50 chance. That's why they always will come back and say, let me run your license. When they know you ain't did shit, well, if I run your license, you don't got no warrants or something, you're free to go. That's the other part that protects them because we don't know the law. So they're going off a 50-50 chance that they catch your ass. That's their whole chance is to catch you. So that's why we don't know the law. But if you're taxpayers, like John said, they ain't coming where you come at. They don't, and when you call, it's going to be somebody that you pay taxes, because guess what? If you don't pay taxes and don't own, that's why I hate when I hear these kids shoot each other over a damn block that all the landlords own. So if you die, they just put another nigga there again.
You in a plantation. You don't own shit.
Come on, man.
You just settle here. You work here and you settle here. You don't own nothing. That's my point to us. Like we're looking at it from, always from a personal perspective.
Come on,
But when
man.
we look at it from a universal perspective, bro, we messed up. We would not need police. We would not really need the mortician would only come when someone dies of natural causes in a real civil environment. Just think, when the last time you heard of an Italian mob war? See, I remember
Right,
35 years
right,
ago. 35
exactly.
years ago.
Yeah, that's
See,
yeah.
now,
You
now
hear
how
about
you
it.
have a
The only
war?
thing you
How
hear
you have
about
a
it is
war
in
every
the.
35 years?
Come on, man.
Like
Mm.
we war every day, but they have. When the last time you heard a Polish, a Jewish, or Irish mob war? They warring on other levels now, bro. Billionaires. They billionaires from
But
their contact.
think about this. Hold on, John. Think about this. We did see the war, but it went away. Think about this on the East Coast when you saw those high, all this sudden out of nowhere. These, I'm gonna say allegedly, these rabbis was smoking niggas. The people forgot that the rabbis were running up on people in broad
You,
daylight and popping them
you,
and dipping
you,
off.
you ever hear Murder Inc?
Yeah, heck
I, I,
yeah.
ain't- I ain't talking about the rapper.
I know who you talking about. I
The
know
real
what you
Murder
talking
Inc. is the original Jewish mob from the late 1800s, early
about.
1900s.
Yep.
Their
Yep.
children became Murder Inc.
Go
Um,
ahead, build off
see,
of that.
see,
Go and give them
see,
the
see,
game
we,
on
see,
that.
we have the history of mob ties. See, there was a black man in the South of New Jersey in the show Boardwalk Empire. They show that his name is Chalky White, played by Michael K. Williams, and his role in the black underworld, he functioned like a black godfather. See, because we were partners, we were never working for them in the North. We had to partner with them because that was the law. But we made our own laws, bro. And the problem is when we go through those communities that got their own laws, we can make our communities with our own laws. And if you do something to us in your community, we can do something to you in our community. The only problem is we get it confused and become cowardly and start
Right.
being afraid to do it to them when they're doing it to us. See, if you lived outside of Fort Worth on the outskirts, and you know that same highway that went through Fort Worth went through Abilene, you best
Right.
believe people that had to travel through Fort Worth was going to be worried about getting pulled over in Fort Worth like we have to worry about getting pulled over in Abilene. See, now when you put the shit on your shoe and you both stinking, you kind of relate to what's going on, bro. You don't feel the same. You look the same, you smell the same, but you don't feel the same. Both of y'all trying to get that shit off y'all shoe. See,
Right.
you ain't gonna do to me what I ain't gonna do to you. But you best believe whatever you do to me, I'm gonna do to you. When we gonna start living like that? And the only way we live like that is to have an unapologetic black mindset where we don't care about what happens, nigga. When you violate any one of us, the
Right.
penalty is the same. See? And that means whether your ass
Because
black skin
see, you know what?
or white skin.
Because I'm looking at it like this, John. Because to me, if you violate, that's deception, right? Wouldn't that be deceiving me?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm speaking
No,
this,
I'm saying far as a community. If you do
right?
something to me or to somebody close or in our neighborhood, like I said, that's the reason why you have these neighborhoods where in the other cultures that they function. And like they were saying, like even in Canada, Magno, people are not allowed to carry the guns and stuff. Police don't really fuck with you in that manner. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't, but Mac and them they ain't going around there and motherfuckers is killing motherfuckers like they doing around here. Like think about it. You talking about in every city, there's a high rate of black on black crime of deaths
But you
all
got to
through the
remember, we got a lot less people than y'all too, you know. So
No. It's not about the people. It's okay. So if you have less people, but it's the mindset. It's the mindset of how it's set up.
yeah,
And you
Canada is
It's
pretty
you
big
gotta
no.
ask
too.
yourself
It's a
this.
no.
You got to ask yourself this, right? If the police is the authority, right, or the police are the people that we call for an authority for when something go bad amongst us, then when will we stop doing things bad amongst us? See, that's the problem.
Facts, John. There you go. That's the problem right there.
What if we just said, all right, look, when you kill a woman or a child or some innocent man going to work or you rob an old lady, the community, we deal with you. Now, if we don't deal, the only way we don't deal with you is that you escape, you abscond from our community, right? Once you do that, then we don't have to worry about you, period. But the penalty is that wherever we see you, we got you on site, nigga. It's over. And if we can't get you right now, we're gonna get your family. Now you already know that consequence is coming before you do something, don't you? Just think about that. We got to stop playing with ourselves. Can we let white people do it to us? White people come shoot your house up, bro, with a so-called warrant by their magistrate, their governing authority in that community. Come shoot your house up, and sometimes they kill grandma, baby girl sleeping on the couch, all because they had a warrant to come in there looking for you. See, when will we have the same opportunity to protect our communities, bro, with the same vitriol, with the same common, simple sense? It only takes a civilized mind to create a courageous heart, bro. A civilized man is a man that believes in God. And when you believe in a God, bro, you know you're empowered by that God. You know you don't allow no man to make you a slave to him.
Right.
Like real talk, bro. How can you let a man make you a slave to him in every way? And the only reason we can speak individualistically like this is because we don't belong to a collective.
Come on, man.
That's why Kanye said slavery was a choice.
That's a fact. We don't belong to a collective. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said, so if everybody is individualized, then there's deceit. I tell people, even in the word, it says, if there's confusion and division, God is never present. He's never present. He's never going to be. The Most High is not present, because that's where love and understanding and trust and patience, all that comes. We don't have that in the community. We have no trust. We have no patience. We don't got no understanding. I saw, like Relic said, like one of the things he was saying about a security guard, he said he won because security guards with no guns got it. And I like that. Security guards with no guns have to talk to people. You don't got to talk when you got a gun in your hand.
Well, you ain't got to talk. You ain't no talk either when the other person got a gun too. See, that's our problem
too. But
see, he who hesitates is lost in war. So if the police get the ability to pull their gun out, bro, whenever they feel like it, and I got my gun out when I feel like it, see that gang, they shoot you 1,000,000 times.
Well, why do you think they're so scared to kill the Italians? Because they know they're gonna.
They don't kill white people the way they shoot us, bro. And it's clear. If you got white skin, it's a you remember RoboCop?
Yep.
Remember what was RoboCop's fail safe? No matter how much they deserved it, no matter how bad they were, the executives for Omnicorp, whatever name that shit was, he couldn't shoot them. See? But who he could shoot? He could shoot everybody in the street that was a villain. That he was programmed to believe that was a villain. And that's who they are. They're not going to shoot their people so quick, bro. It got to be extreme. They got to be getting hit in order for them to shoot back. Then it goes into the activity of war. And we also got to remember our nature. We're not the lords of war, bro. They're the gods of war, man.
That falls back. Well, that falls back on what Jen said. Jen said she just like in turn of what like Relic was saying, like you know, Chuck D's chick said, you know, you got to have a great gift of gab versus like how you said, you got to remember it's somebody on the other end too, and we can't dictate what they perceive or the outcome. We also have to lay down the foundation. Like we can't I see what you're saying, Relic, too, but if we right now where we're at, we have to stay armed. You know, we have to. I don't know. I guess the presence. I think more or less like even what Mr. Smith talks about. Like we have to be present. We can't be there. Like with myself, me at the schools, I'm present. So instead of me talking to them from a distance, I'm talking to them in their face, and that's what we lack in our culture. We don't have the men that will walk up and talk to them and have a real dialogue instead of already we're our worst enemy of judge of character. We will automatically perceive something as negative based off of what we were taught was negative. Like we start to learn to hate our own self to the point where it's got out of control.
Yeah, well, self-hate always been there. The problem is we got the wrong teachers. We keep listening to the wrong people. We keep listening to the Charles Barkleys.
Right.
We keep listening to the Joe Bidens. See, we keep believing in the wrong thing. We should be believing in ourselves. I was just on the podcast last night, Plug. Guess what, bro? What? I told these brothers that was from around the world. The problem with black people here is that we don't have an identity. See, when you're black and then you're Europe, guess what you can say? Well, my background is Nigerian. My background is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
But see, my background is I come from Zimbabwe. See, and when you go to Zimbabwe, you're identified by your tribe. See, you know generations, 10 and 20 generations before you by name, because you have a belonging. You are to a collective. The only lost Negro on the planet is us. We're always trying to claim something else. Oh, I got Indian in me. Oh, I got a little Latino in me. Oh, I got a little Italian in me. Oh, I'm Dominican. I'm this, I'm that. No, you are Negro, nigga, black. That's the only description for us. And we have to start becoming foundational black Americans in America and not of America. We got to start being in America and not being the product, the child, the substance, the damn slave of America, bro. We got to stop that shit and start saying us, we, and stop saying I and mine. Because as long as niggas doing that shit, they're going to be out of their mind. And we're going to lose our minds, bro. And without your mind, nigga, you ain't got no spirit. You just dead. And that's what the word Negro means. Necra, a dead thing.
Come on, man.
Necro. Ooh, necro.
Yep. Like a necrophiliac.
Like necra, dead.
Dead. Mess with the dead.
And that's our people are mentally dead, deaf, dumb, and blind. They're mentally dead, bro. They don't speak the truth. They won't hear the truth.
And walk in it.
And they damn sure won't see it.
No.
Because to see is to understand. And they don't see it, bro. Because they've been blinded by someone else. That's why our people function as white people in black or brown skin. We keep doing the worst shit. 300 murders, bro, and you ain't killed no cops.
Right.
What type of shit is that? How many cops kill people in
Baltimore? That sounds like a setup right there.
Yeah, how many cops kill people in Baltimore? See, in the same year that 300 people got killed, how many cops killed people in Baltimore? Because I have not forgotten Freddie Gray.
Right.
And he's just one of many. You understand? So where's the retribution for that if you rode for your man that lived across the street from you?
Come on, man. And you know what the thing, you know what it is though, Ja? Here's the same thing, like you said, with the Freddie Gray and all that shit. But when you doing wrong too, you can't point the finger. When you out there doing the same shit and doing what they doing, see, if we weren't doing that, it would bother us that they were doing that. But we do each other, so you can't throw a rock at somebody. Yeah, when you doing the shit too, if I'm over there
guess what? Yes,
stealing is stealing.
No, stealing is wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong.
Right.
Watch this.
That's right.
Watch this. A nigga that run around in the street, right, and boast in his house, boast on his block, boast on his set, talking about ain't nobody gonna do shit to him. He don't give a damn. And he ready to squeeze that trigger. He can have the same attitude against the community invaders too. See? But you gonna hide your gun there? Don't hide your gun now, nigga. Not when we need it.
Like whack 100.
Yeah, not don't hide your gun when we need it. See, if you an orator, nigga, then speak when necessary, but speak without fear.
Yeah.
That's the problem with some of us, bro. We so cowardly, so fearful that we don't understand the dynamic of warfare. We kill only ourselves and nobody else.
Yep.
And
Well,
that's
that's
some
just like
food.
we said. When you see shit like that on them clubhouses, and you see him whacking them spew that old dumbass shit, and he's supposed to be the elder on there. He on there getting everybody to go, and he's screaming on the set. But then you turn around and talk about you in a damn executive board place, all that dumb shit, man. That's why I said, and we got real shit going on. Why he around there? He always talking about he be trying to help the homies. Why don't he try to go into the communities? But again, people like that, they capitalize off of the pain of us too. They done figured out, oh, they done taught them that pain. It's like, hey, you should embrace your pain and you should exploit your people. Because you got to be exploiting. If you're not trying to help, you're trying to hurt. If you're not trying to build, you're trying to tear down.
What's the opposite of pain? See, one thing black people got around the world, we all relate to. It's
Pain.
called black pain.
Yep.
See, so when are we going to start channeling that pain, though, into joy and peace? When are we going to take the pain through the process, bro, and come out victorious? See, our people have gotten so comfortable and casual with pain. That's why niggas is always talking like they're a victim. See, black men and black women are always arguing with each other from a victimized mindset.
Always.
See? Instead of dealing with the reality, which is you don't be going through shit, nigga. You supposed to get through it.
Come on, man. Say that one more time. Please
say
that one more time.
You ain't always going through something, bro. That's bullshit. Because anything you're going through, you're supposed to have a point to when you get through it. You're supposed to be delivered, then be delivered, bro. Make sure that your testimony say that you were strong enough to survive this process. But if not, you just another slave-minded ass nigga talking me oh my while you picking that cotton.
That's it. And that's why I said, other than that, I tell people, if you don't have a completion, you have a project mindset. Because that's what projects are. Projects are never finished. Hence why we got all these people up in these projects. Projects is never a completion. You can't start a project and have a project going on. If you was in school and the teacher said, we're having a project that's due, you start the project and you're graded on the project. You don't have projects for 20 and 30 years, dog, of the same project. Like, come on, guys. God damn, I hate that shit. It's not, you can't have the same project. I'm gonna say this again. If it's a project, we all went to school. We took science class. We had science project. We had history project. Project might be draw on a poster board. If you did not do exactly or you didn't turn it in, you got an F. It's a failure. You get it? It's a failure. So if a project in the hood has been going for 10 and 20 years, it's a failure. No completion.
Well, a project can have its turn. However, what happens at the completion of the project? Now you place the study into effect. And that's the difference. We're perpetually functioning up under their idea, their social design. What we really have to do is do what everyone else has done, bro. Everybody else has communities. And wherever you live at, there's always some type of people. The people that live in Houston, they're complaining about, damn, the Vietnamese came and set up shop.
Right.
You know why? Because you didn't.
Because you didn't. Right.
And that's what we got to stop doing, bro. We keep looking like we're like slaves. We're like babies. You feel me, bro? We ain't got no understanding of what's real. So we keep saying they and them and all of. What about us? Like everybody else doing it. Why we can't do it?
Doing the shit.
You know, why we can't do it? If niggas want to live and die doing nothing, you living and die doing nothing. Why don't you just live and die for something? See? And I mean establish our own shit. Because the system is already rigged. The problem is we not playing the game. That's what upsets me about black people, bro. Like somebody, I can tell you the simple solution, simple as hell. But if we don't do it in a collective mindset, it's just me saying it what everybody else has said. Because everybody else has said it before us. See? The system is rigged. That don't mean we can't play the game and benefit like everybody else, nigga. See? If you got shaved dice and you shooting, I got my own shaved dice too, and I'm shooting. Right. Don't touch my dice, don't touch your dice. See? You keep wondering why I keep getting 7 on the first roll. because my dice
Right.
was designed for it. See, I came in the game
Whatever.
with what? I came in the game with my own shit. You
Yeah.
understand? And that's our problem. Until we come in the game with our own shit. All we gotta do is say our. We tore Nike up, bro, and we ain't even do nothing.
But think
Just
about this,
1
John.
week.
Think
Tore
about
Nike
this.
up.
If you was a real street dude and started off hustling anyway, when you went to a dice or you went around a bunch of niggas, what we used to say, but what's the one thing niggas didn't have? The dice. If you was smart enough, I used to be the nigga with the dice in the pocket. Hey, nigga,
Man,
I'm
look.
dice because guess what? That means you're a house and you get to make the rules. You catch 3s and 12s. See, they don't understand how the game is played. Come on, man.
I ain't even going in the game without the pack. Remember,
Come on, man.
They used to have a 6-pack. And when we used to talk that money, we used to go to the corner store and get the 6-pack. So we got the blue pair, the red pair, and the green
Come on,
pair.
man.
And we used to be in the game getting it in. You know, white dice was only used for board games. In the hood,
That's it.
you had those big jumbos.
Come on, man.
All the way around, nigga. We ain't talking because you know CeeLo took 3 dice, so you had to get the 6-pack so you can double up if you didn't just go with craps. So you already knew the game ain't right if we ain't starting off fair. It's like playing Monopoly, bro. Everybody get they 1,500 and you don't get nothing. You start in the deficit. You feel me, bro? You start in debt. They got your ass in jail while everybody get their 1,500 and get to march around the board 2 and 3 times and buying up everything. When you get out of jail, bro, you ain't got no money. But now they're telling you that you got to do shit in order to survive to make it around the board just to get the $200. And remember, you got 4 opportunities to go to jail.
Right.
See, going around the board, even though you ain't got nothing. And everywhere you land, you owe somebody something and you ain't got shit. That's black people. And we don't get it. We won't get it, bro. So fuck catching up, bro. Let's just start doing.
Just doing it.
Never
Because
too
they
late to
catch
do it,
up
man.
shit. We are not going to, if you tell me I'm behind 400 years, I can't catch up. I need to
Did
start.
anybody else wait for reparations? They got it. They ain't wait for it. They made them give it.
Yeah.
But they look what they had to do to get it. And that's our problem. We ain't doing, hey, man, shut up. Until you become a nation, the first criterion to getting reparations to change your reality is that you must be a sovereign nation. That's why Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave black people the Nation of Islam. So you can separate your ass from these dudes called Americans. See, I live in America and it's my country. I don't supposed to be nowhere else environmentally. We can't drink the water when we go to Africa freely. You got to drink bottled water, bro. I don't know if you ever traveled the planet. You can't do everything that you want to go do in other places because our bodies are different. So we from here, bro. We need to be fighting for our land here that we already had before them invaders came.
Yeah, that's the scam they tell you. Oh, go back to Africa.
Yeah, for what? I'm not from here. I'm from here, nigga. And I done built this. You didn't. Before
Exactly.
1860,
if anything, they're the.
Do you know before 1860 that you couldn't find a white man with a hammer in his hand in America? You know who was doing all the labor? The construction? Black slaves on lease. Go look it up. It's right in the Constitution.
Yeah, we built the White House. We built everything. We built the Pentagon. We built the friggin'
all of the buildings in DC.
All of them.
Built them. A slave labor.
Yeah, all the buildings in there. Shout out to Benjamin Banneker.
Yeah. He designed DC based on his design.
People forgot about him. The almanac.
Yeah, the almanac. Man, look, he's responsible. He's responsible.
We used to remember, hey, hold on, John. Remember they used to let us use the we didn't, man, this is so crazy how we was in school and we didn't know how powerful the almanac was. They made us use the almanac in school on these coasts.
You know why? Because if you owned any land, that's when it mattered.
Come on, man. Damn.
See, look at us. We gave all our land away talking about we want to get away from the South. See, all niggas had to do is keep the land and use the land accordingly for ourselves, but we wanted to be like Massa. See, what Massa was doing was they call us lazy. You know why we lazy? Because we want to be like them. We think we're them. Yeah. So the whole thing is get over slavery and just go lay up. lay up on whose dollar, on whose effort. Anybody that feeds you, anybody that shelter you, anybody that clothe you, own you. And that's why niggas keep talking about they free. No, Kanye West said it best. Y'all niggas still slaves because you choose to be slaves. And until we stop doing the bullshit and start being accountable for our ignorance, stupidity, and foolishness, debauchery, we still gonna be slaves, bro. If everybody else did it, we can.
But you know one
thing. An Asian president.
Hey, you know what we end up doing? The crazy part about all this is what's so funny, dog, is when we started becoming lazy to them, when we became free.
we got lazy to our, we got lazy.
You were lazy to them when we became free because we wasn't working for free.
Yeah, we got lazy to ourselves too, though.
But I'm just saying,
imagine if it was a slavery and they got the nerve to say that we're lazy. Like
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Watch this.
We became lazy. We became lazy to white folks.
Yeah, when we start working
lazy, we're just tired, man. Tired of working for free. God damn it!
Watch this.
That's when they start saying, "Look at y'all lazy. It's free. We wasn't getting paid."
Why we didn't work in concert for ourselves?
Exactly.
That's the bigger question. See.
Because niggas got a little bit of money from white folks.
Yeah. You still flee from slavery, but you still working
money over here.
As a slave.
The Jewish community got the money. The white folks got the money. The this got the money. The that got the money. Not knowing that we ain't
that's when we started adopting, believing that shit. Like I always tell people, man,
what's the key to the freedom of a slave?
He made us. Yep.
The key to the freedom of a slave is that he works like a slave to become a master.
That's it.
What happened to us?
Come on, man.
That means we never stopped being a slave.
Never stopped being
still
a slave.
Slaves, and we never became a master. That's why Axis with the gang culture, with all this killing and shit. See, when white boys was out there doing it to each other, like gangs in New York, they became political magnets. They became social construct authorities.
Right.
See? They took their homestead acts, bro, and magnified their real estate.
That's just another ploy to keep us down, though. All that shit about gang culture is this, gang culture is that. You know, that's how all of these groups became white through gang culture.
Yeah.
Go look at gangs in New York. They'll tell you everything about
what happened to us though.
Whoa, shit.
See, we're 100 years in. We ain't got no politicians. We ain't got no corporations. We ain't got no
lawyers. They had accountants. They got lawyers. They got judges. We ain't got none of that shit.
We're gang bangers. We're not gangsters. Gang
look
bangers.
At Prescott Bush and Joseph Kennedy
banging on each other for what?
Look them guys up. If you watch the Boardwalk Empire, that series, Boardwalk Empire shows you how Joseph Kennedy was what we call technically a drug kingpin, nowadays terms. You feel me? He was a Scotch whiskey baron. And what he did was sell alcohol and then use that money to politically empower his sons to the point of presidency.
What are you talking about? The Kennedys?
Yeah, Joseph Kennedy, one of his personal hitmen with Al Capone, 18-year-old Al Capone. See, this is the system.
Yeah, because the Irish had a mob, you know, they all have a mob. The
Irish, the Jew, and the Italian work together, bro, to build these empires. And, bro, you ever hear Arnold Rothstein?
Yep.
Meyer Lansky?
Yep.
These are all generational Jewish mob kingpins. And guess what they did? They kept the chaos and the activity of war and finance alive with the Italian and the Irish mobs because they were the banking systems that took and cleaned up their money.
Right.
See, that's why they were called Murder Inc. Murder Inc. was you ever hear Bugsy Siegel?
Oh, Bugsy. He didn't like to be called. Yeah.
Well, Bugsy Siegel was a Jew guy out of Brooklyn that mangled and wrangled with with Nucky Thompson and them down there in Atlantic City, and he got sent to the West Coast, and that's where his invention of Las Vegas came after
Right.
he visited Reno.
Right.
See, so all he did was come out there and he got permission from the 5 families. That's why Chicago, the West Coast, New York, Jersey, and all them had something to do with the construction of Vegas, because all of these people work together, bro. They work together to control us.
I'm gonna tell you the coldest. I'm gonna tell you the coldest. I'm gonna tell you the coldest
game.
movie. I'm gonna tell you the coldest movie I love is, of course, Bugsy. You know what I'm saying? Bugsy with Warren Beatty in it. He played that like, man, he played that to the T. Y'all go watch that. I might watch that today. That's my favorite, dog. That's
Yo,
like
you notice that they push up the Godfather movies and all this, but they never really emphasize the Jewish gangster movies.
Now they do. Like you see, look, listen, the Jewish gangsters always played the same role. The hidden hand.
accountant. They played the accountant, the little quiet guy.
The hidden hand.
Good morning, Johnny.
Right.
Good morning,
they the hidden hand. They always behind the scene, right? Doing they the man that you go see. You ever see the movie Mobsters?
Yes.
Yeah, I seen it, but
Christian Slater.
Christian Slater.
Yeah. Now in that movie, or have you ever see Once Upon a Time in America?
Yes, I have.
Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
now that movie is Mobsters and Once Upon a Time in America is the same story, because it's the story of how they came up. You had 3 Italian boys running with 2 Jewish boys. You feel me? And when they got older, they became mobsters. But the Jewish boy had the accounting skills and the financial connections. The mobsters had the Italians. They were in the street doing the physical gang work. See? But the Jewish had hitmen called Murder Inc. And those hitmen were, when they went to war, they went to war. But they would go to war with other people. But they also would incite war and create wars against each other, like the other people, so that they can control both people. That's how they got to where they are right now. So when we look at these people, they're showing their children through these movies how to maintain what was been built for them and who to control, because they all agreed on one thing in The Godfather. We're going to keep the drugs and the wicked and foul things amongst the darkies, the niggas, because they don't
lose
care
their
about
souls.
anyone themselves. They'll kill their own mama for $1. Remember they said that at the table?
Yep.
See, we should remember that through all of the movies. We should remember how they talk about us.
They committed genocide against us, and we're still looking at them to try to be like.
Well, they only took a part. They only took a part of the pie. The genocide was already created from the English and the Dutch. See, they created the aristocratic society that created classism. So they was at the bottom of the class. That's all. But the Jews always played a part that was separate. Even in slavery, they controlled all the trading posts along the Mississippi River. They controlled all of the commerce that come from the South, out to the Gulf, up the East Coast, into New York, to what we call Wall Street, and they would send it across to Europe to be sent down to India, created textile smart cotton. See, it's deep. We just got to know.
You know how deep it goes, though. It goes all the way up to the judges, lawyers, prosecutors. You know what I'm saying? It's a big game, bro.
One thing we do know, man, is like Josh said, and in wrapping of it, is from this whole Baltimore thing and how he said he's in between 2 places. It is really just sad that we have adopted like I said, we have adopted a lot of liability to other cultures, and instead of pulling out assets of other cultures, meaning as in, from the financial point of view, from the education, pushing it and trying to branch off. Once we knew what we knew, it's like he said, we're like kids and we're waiting on something to happen. You know, even to the point where you live in a neighborhood where your grandmama grew up for years, and instead of you planning on one day buying that house next door to her, because you see people, somebody that never even seen the house can go online and buy the damn house, and then you get upset, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you're already living there, and because we don't understand or know how to grow or build, you know, because the generation was in these neighborhoods and we allowed to tear the shit down, and then
Yo,
now
bro, they built a $2 million house right next to the housing project on my street, bro.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense, bro? $2
No,
million.
it does. Gentrification is coming. No, it makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah,
Cause
yeah.
it was once it was once housing, bro. They tore this shit down and made it into one big $2 million pad. Like, yo, that shit is crazy, bro.
No, it ain't
I didn't
crazy.
even know you can do that.
No, well, he can't until he started moving y'all out. Then the demographics ends up being calculated on the last selling of the
And
house.
yo,
So
my hood,
right.
yo, was originally a hood, like it was a black neighborhood for porters, for the black porters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of during those times, this was a music hub. So all the aristocrats from all over or whatever used to come here and get entertained musically. You know what I'm saying? That's why Malcolm X's mother, she was from down here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And it was like it turned. It was all a black neighborhood. Like, nobody wanted to come down here. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a porter black neighborhood. You know, they built houses. And then they started building the railroad. And then they just cut it up with highways and everything. I say that to say, like now it's the most sought after area in the whole city, you know, in terms of housing and whatnot. And they did it's basically all gentrified, bro. But in our area, we can't have no businesses. Like, it's just pure housing. Like, but now you see little spots where they're just taking it down and just building whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? So when I was talking about those zoning laws and stuff like that, these are the shit that they do, though. You know, just to like, you know, it's deep, bro. It's deep because no one wanted to come down here before, bro.
I can believe
blacks, the blacks, and then it was
Reds.
And then all we had was basically rehab centers and those mother shelters, like y'all talk about, you know.
Right, exactly. So yeah, man.
Crazy.
I appreciate everybody coming in and really showing love today, man. I'm about to get ready to go up here to the school. You know me, I got to get started on my day. So I just want to say salute to everybody. Salute to everybody.
Have a good day, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, you too, King. You too, King. And salute to everybody coming in here. You know, from the mods to everybody on the panel, man. Everybody shows straight mad love, man. We built another great one, man. This was another great ass bill. I really love this one. Yeah, on live on the existing house. Yeah, why can't we only live in peace, y'all. Man, peace to everybody that came in here showing love. I'm gonna let Mac Mizzle, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to all the kings and queens that came in and showed it. This is what we do. I'm gonna be on later on tonight. Y'all hit y'all notifications, man. I got another great bill later on tonight. But I got to go and do what I said I was going to do. And I got to go and take care of these kids. Y'all also check out my boy Anthony Dewberry channel. I got to hop on there because, again, that's my dog. And also Charleston White. Y'all get y'all tickets, charlestonwhite.com. Like I said, man, this machine's getting bigger. Subscribe to my boy Bourne's channel, the Mac Mizzle channel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting Mr. Johnny that came in, Big Reds came in here. I appreciate y'all. Again, this was a great bill. And on that note, we're going to exit. And I'm going to let Mac do what he do. And then, Jai, if you're listening, come back in and bless the panel before we leave out, God.
You know what I'm saying? Top of the top, first day of the week, Monday. You know, so let's start this shit off right, man, and do it properly. You know what I'm saying? And go long. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Plug Podcast, my brother Ja, everybody in here, the whole Plug family, man. Let's just keep it moving and improving, like I said, man. I always remember the next, we always have another day to make it better, you know. So forget about yesterday, last week, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Let's just move forward on a positive note, a real note. Get invigorated, wake up, work out, and work for yourselves, you know what I'm saying. So shout out to all of y'all. And we're gonna talk about this a little later on too, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going out live in about 2 hours on my channel, so y'all can chop it up with me.
Yeah, please do. I'll pop in too.
Max, send me the link, Matt.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. What's in it? Back chat.
True indeed. Peace and blessings to the gods and earths of the universe. Definitely always remain unapologetically black. 365. It's the only way to survive and stay alive. I definitely like to leave my brothers and sisters with an ode to thinking of love, peace, and happiness, first in your mindset, and be calm in your emotional reaction to violent situations, because we got to stop killing our youth. We're killing off who we are, and we won't have anyone left to survive this Holocaust that we are living within present. So as a black man, to my black women and my black brothers, please think about being black first and everything else to come after that. Just be black, be who you are, accept your own, and be yourself. The only way to be successful is to have yourself, us we, never I, just me. Peace.
There y'all have it, man. And then we had a great one, man. Peace to everybody doing what they doing. Everybody showing straight love. I couldn't have done it without y'all, man. We're in the building, growing, keep doing what we got to do. At the end of the day, man, we are accountable for us. Not nobody else, but for us. To stop being apologizing. Let's be unapologetic, dog. We got to. You know what I'm saying? We got to start doing this. On that note, man, we're going to get up out of here.